Hi, I'm Siobhan. I'm here today to tell you some interesting facts about lobsters. So around this time of year, lobsters will shed their shell to help adjust to the warm water temperatures. Shedding their shell also helps them grow, and for females it's around the time where they will fertilize their eggs. So female lobsters will hold their eggs in the base of their tail around here. They also carry the sperm, so when the lobster knows it's in good conditions and it's ready to have its babies, it'll fertilize the eggs, and then they'll grow. Lobsters have a dominant claw, just like you and I have our left and right dominant, whatever you are. This is a pincher claw, and this is a crusher claw. The pincher really helps them eat and helps them navigate eating and things like that. The crusher is mainly used for breaking up food or fighting other lobsters. Lobsters have their bands on them not only so they don't pinch us, but also because when they're in their tanks in our store, they kind of get a little hungry and you don't want them to eat each other. So it helps them from stopping fighting and makes it harder for them to eat. Lobsters also pee through their eyes right at the base of their antenna. They pee through their eyes and face. They also can regenerate their limbs. So if one falls off, sometimes you'll see a lobster that has a smaller claw and it's just still in the process of growing back. Lobsters can take about 7 years to grow up a pound. So our 1.25 pound lobsters are anywhere between like 7 and 9 years old. Very interesting to tell the difference between male and female. If you flip them over, this part right here you can see is hard on the male. That's how you know it's a man. And then right here for the females, it's a little bit softer and it has these feathery little hairs on there. And right there is where they hold their eggs. And if you catch a lobster, or a lobsterman catches a lobster and it has a part of its tail cut out, that's when you know it can hold eggs. So not all the lobsters will reproduce, but the ones that have that on them, then you know, and then you know not to catch them. And lobstermen also use what's called a lobster gauge to see if it's the right size. So if you take the top of the gauge and lock it in its eye and it goes to its tail, then it's long enough to keep. But if it's too short, you have to throw it back because it still has time to grow. You can't catch a lobster over 5 pounds and keep it. You got to throw them back as well. So sometimes lobstermen will find these huge, massive, up to like 15, 25 pound lobsters. They're huge and they're scary. So we don't keep those. So yeah, well, thanks for joining us today. Hope you learned something new.